Okay. So there is some debate going on out there about whether or not Justin Bieber is trying to be a canary in the coal mine and talk about, you know, this alleged elitist Hollywood pedophile ring that apparently sacrifices and savages children, uses them for their sexual deviancy, and then drinks their blood and eats their adrenal glands after terrorizing and torturing them. I don't know. I'm doing my homework on it. Definitely exists. I don't have any empirical evidence yet, but I'm trying to get to some. I do know a lot of people who kind of talk about this or whatever. They get exiled out of Hollywood. They're the hottest new thing, and then all of a sudden they're gone. I'm going to use this, and I'm only going to talk about this with the understanding that this is on Facebook, publicly out there, and if I were Justin Bieber or anyone else, if someone was saying I said this stuff and I didn't, I'd get out there and get it taken down, or I'd report it to Facebook, because it's simple. Say this is about me, it's not true, and it will be gone in 2 seconds. But it lives, okay? And Justin Bieber apparently was telling this Bible study that he goes to about how, you know, he was threatened by this elitist satanic cabal in the Hollywood entertainment business. And he said he'll never go back to the music industry. It's evil until the pedophile monsters at the top of the game are run out of town. Okay, this is attributed to Justin Bieber. And he said they tried to destroy me with alcohol. When that didn't work, they tried drugs. All different kinds. When that didn't work, they tried to destroy me with ambition. I was interested at first, but when I realized what the price of admission is in that world, I had to quit. Selena and I were expecting. It was early days. We hadn't told anyone. At the same time, I was being courted by some really powerful people, the most powerful in Hollywood. He described a top secret party attended by record industry executives. Bieber said he was shown into a back room where a group of men were wearing masks, was sitting around the edge of the room drinking from cups. In the center of the room was a dead child sitting cross-legged, propped up against the back of a chair. It looked like a late-stage child, a fetus, and was completely drained of blood. The baby's scalp wasn't there. The skull was gone. Portions of the right side had been torn away. They were wearing animal masks, sitting around drinking what they called red wine. They offered me some. It was really important that I got involved. I literally gagged. I'm not going to read these parts because they're absolutely gruesome, but I'll share the post later. The horrific death described by Bieber is called exsanguination, otherwise known as completely draining a person of their blood. Popular among drinkers of baby blood, who consume what they call red wine in order to get high on the adrenaline, young hormones, and negative energy that they feel is in the blood of children. And they believe more a child suffers before its death, the more enriched its blood will be upon harvest. And he's saying that, you know, it's completely flipped him out. He lost his way for a long time. I went off the rails. Me and Selena were actually driven apart by these people and the trauma. Years have passed. Acknowledging the rumors that the pair are back together, Bieber even hinted he's set to become a family man. He was quoted as saying, there are truly evil forces in this world. God is real, Satan is real. They won't lay a hand on my family, so help me God. Sounds like, you know, he's pretty into it. I would encourage you to take a look at some of the stuff Elijah Wood has out there on social media about, you know, some of the things he said. And there is a growing number of people around Hollywood who seem to be trying to come out, but you just don't know how deep this, you know, allegedly satanic cult is. But I can tell you this. Look up Blake Lively. Blake Lively, at some award ceremony that wasn't that highly covered, I guess, did a whole presentation on child sex trafficking, child porn, and pedophilia. And she talked about how she cannot have this platform and be a mom at the same time and know things are happening and just sit there and not say anything from it. So you got, think about it. You got Mel Gibson. You got Justin Bieber. You got Elijah Wood. You got, what's his name? The guy, Cappy guy. Isaac Cappy, they killed him. He came out. They killed him. You got Corey Feldman. You had Corey Haim, who lost it after he was molested in a pedophile ring when he was 11 years old, committed suicide. So there's a growing number of people that were huge celebrities who are now kind of blacklisted out or dead. And they're starting to come to the forefront a little more and more. And I'm wondering why a guy like Justin Bieber, who has all the money in the world, he can get all the security he wants. He can get his own police force if he wants. I can tell you there's going to be plenty of cops available for you to hire if you need a police force, because Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez and Ilhan Omar are trying to defund the police, so a lot of cops will be available. But I don't understand why a guy like Justin Bieber wouldn't protect his family and then come out in front of the microphones and protect the millions of kids who are engaged in sex trafficking and sexual enslavement across the world. Why wouldn't he come out and say, here's how it goes. Here's who I know are involved. And if you start picking people off, then they all start chirping and talking. And before you know it, there's going to be a big roundup. I don't understand why one real celebrity, if you don't have that thirst, that ego to be back in the scene, why wouldn't you want to be the one who finally opened the door to stopping the sexual harassment, sexual abuse, sexual assault, and in some places the murder and eating, cannibalism of children? Somebody's got to do it. I wish someone would do it. I wish it was Justin Bieber, because it makes a lot of sense. He got a bad rap for a while. And it makes sense if he turned down the bloodlettings, the exsanguination ceremony. They knew they didn't have control over this guy anymore, so they did some other horrible things. In recent months, Nicole Kidman, Mel Gibson, and Lindsay Lohan have spoken out about pedophilia in Hollywood. Close friends Chris Cornell and Chester Bennington claim the recently deceased pair were working on exposing the pedophile ring working at the heart of the music industry and cost them their lives. So, I don't know. There is mounting evidence that no one is disputing. And if people were saying this stuff about me or someone I knew and I knew it wasn't true, I'd get it down. So we're going to take a quick break. A guy who's a lot smarter at intelligence and breaking down real news, Brian Boyd, is going to join us right after this. He's a 30-year intelligence analyst. He's worked in Treasury, Defense, State, every government agency, top levels. Brian Boyd's going to be with us right after this.